I think most folks would love to have a big movie theater style screen in their home if they could get away with it. The problem is projector setups are out of reach for most people. They're a little bit complicated. You got to get the location of the projector and the screen just right. Then there's running cables up to the projector. It's just a bit much. Hisense aims to fix that with their laser TV. Now you call it a TV because it does have a TV tuner built into it, but what we're really looking at is a near field projector. There's a whole lot going on with this system, and that's a good thing because it costs a whole lot too. Let's take a look at this $10,000 rig to see if it's worth putting in your living room. We need to start with the screen because this is a very big part of the package. Not only is the screen included, it's extremely easy to set up, and this is a lenticular style screen. So think of each individual pixel as a lens that rejects light from the sides and the tops. I've got skylights in here and a big window over to the side. It rejects that light and instead favors the light that's being shown up from the bottom. This means I can watch in broad daylight and still get a big, beautiful, bright, high contrast image. Part of the premium package price for this laser TV is installation. You don't have to worry about installing the screen, but if you did have to do it, you'd find it to be extremely simple. First of all, it's really not that heavy. Second, it has a unique mount system that lets you put a couple brackets on the wall, and then you can twist little rods to get it perfectly level. I've never seen anything that convenient before in a projection screen. So let's turn our attention to the projector. It's a laser-based light system, as the name implies, and that means that you're not going to have to worry about lamp life very much. Lasers last for a good long time, longer than you're going to have this projector most likely. Now, while it uses a laser light source, it uses a DLP 4K chip, so you do get over 8 million pixels of resolution, and it does process HDR metadata, so you get enhanced contrast over what you would get with a non-HDR projector, although it's not the same kind of HDR punch that you would expect from a direct view TV. So there's two components that make this really easy to install. One, it hangs out with all of your equipment, so you just need to run short HDMI cables to the projector itself. Second, it only needs to sit about 18 inches away from your wall, meaning it's not going to be an imposition in your room, although to be fair, it is a rather large projector. Now you may be wondering, what do you do about sound? Well, that's built into the projector itself as well. There's an array of drivers right on the front behind this grill cloth, and then it also comes with a subwoofer. The sound was designed by Harman Kardon, and I will say that it gets very loud and it will rumble your room for you. So it gives that cinematic experience without you having to add speakers. My only complaint here is that the subwoofer tends to reveal itself. It's handling a lot more than just bass. So when you hear dialogue, you hear a little bit of a hum coming from the subwoofer. If you can tuck it away somewhere where it's out of sight, that mitigates the problem a little bit, but if I had my preferences, the subwoofer would be doing a little less of the work. Finally, this is a smart projector in that it does have apps for Netflix and YouTube built in. Unfortunately though, the app selection is pretty slim. I can't load up Plex or Sling TV on this right now. Those apps may come available later as Hisense builds out its smart TV platform. But for now, you're gonna wanna connect something like a Fire TV Cube or a Roku Ultra, something that will handle 4K and HDR to match up with the projector's capabilities. All right, so how's the picture quality? Well, as I mentioned before, it's extremely bright. You can watch this in a room with the lights turned on and sun pouring in through the windows, and you're not gonna have problems seeing the picture. It does have very vibrant color. The color accuracy for me is not dead on point. If I compare this to some of the televisions in my home, the accuracy is a little bit better with the television. Still, for a projector, this kind of extreme brightness is very rare. And with a 100-inch image on your wall, you're not really worried about color accuracy at that point. Another aspect of the picture quality that I'm impressed by is the motion resolution. I was expecting to see a lot of judder, but I'm not. And for gaming, this is a great projector. The lag's a little higher than you might want for a first-person shooter, but for all other games, it's an excellent gaming projector. This thing impresses everyone who sees it. It has a way of sort of dominating the room and really sucking you into whatever you're watching. And I gotta admit, every time I look at it, I'm pretty dazzled. So yeah, it does cost a pretty penny, but this is first generation technology, and we know that Hisense has new versions of this coming in the next few months. So what we're gonna see is a collection of near-field projectors that give you this big, beautiful, bright image with minimum installation hassle for even less. That's why I think this is groundbreaking technology and could transform home theaters for people all over.